It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Tuesday
morning.
July something.
July 21st.
21st. God, the whole year is going by.
That's
it is
crazy,
going
right?
like sand through the hands.
Sands to the hourglass. So are
so
the
did
days
you see
of
that
our
beautiful?
lives.
Oh, look at this! Hey, taxi! So did you look at the beautiful? You heard the beautiful sounds from our main man, Mr. NBA, aka NBA Lenny.
I hear tomorrow is Lenny's last day with us. I just found that out.
We
I know. We all went, really?
We're negotiating.
We're in negotiations.
We're negotiating. Lenny seems to be enjoying himself. The game has changed. I just love when the game changes.
We need to call Bob and renegotiate your contract. I am union. You want to be union with me?
Union, okay. I don't know.
It's called the Dawn Union. I'm unionized. I do not do lights, I said. I do everything.
The nice thing is that Lenny has found a niche.
Yes.
And Lenny has gotten better at his niche. Now he comes in here. I have him also writing 10 jingles for the show.
Yes.
Every show will carry its own jingle. Then he says to me, my contract is out. It's finished tomorrow. I said, wow, you better work fast.
We had no idea. He's been here for 6 weeks already.
I can't believe that.
Val asked when her time was up, and she goes, but I'm having a feeling it's never. I went, pretty much.
Val is on the clock too?
Apparently Val's on a clock.
What,
I
she's
think
going to
Vinny's
school?
on a clock too. Vinny, are you on a clock?
Yeah, but I want to be here still afterward.
He'll still be here.
He loves the atmosphere.
Well, he met you. He has his slickness, Sir Slickness with him.
I'm his muse.
How did Vinny get food if you haven't picked up food yet?
That's exactly what
Vinny, I just ordered you lunch. What are you eating?
Food from Publix,
Go get
but I'm
to your
still
mic.
hungry.
He's still
Talking
hungry.
about- He went to Publix.
Slick's gonna go pick up lunch, and Vinny's already eating. I'm like, what are you eating? Slick picked up lunch too, and he's gonna go pick
Slick,
up
the
more
money's
lunch.
there. Make sure you tell him to throw another set of fries in there because Val wants fries. Yeah, and
Is this
tell
how you run your house? You go do.
that's the way I do
Freddie
it.
says.
Listen, I'm really excited about a lot of things today. I want to get to it because I know we're on time crunches here. We have Esperanza.
Hola,
Esperanza.
hello everyone.
Esperanza is here from Fuego.
Hey,
they
yeah.
just did the Fuego piece.
Fuego representing.
And we
Fuego.
got Steve-O from New York Sounds.
And New
Let's
York
bring Steve-O
Sound. Where
over.
was Steve-O? Is he on there? Where's the Steve-O is in there? Can you go to 3 for 8?
How you doing, Steve-O?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
hear
we
ya.
can hear
How you
you.
doing,
You
Steve-O?
know, you remind me of Spanky on the Rascals. Yeah, we can hear you, Spanky. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I'm all excited about this office stuff that we're running for.
Yes, the Secretary of Defense is in the house.
I don't know why he's not the Secretary of Entertainment. Why is he the Secretary of Defense?
Because when you go to Washington, you gotta be. It's gotta be real.
Is he going to be your bodyguard?
This guy can run a country.
The two of you together, you guys.
We were talking about this
Where's he
morning.
going?
Where are you going, Steve? Where you going?
My dog's making too much noise. I had to change rooms.
How big is your dog?
7 pounds.
I had a feeling he's got a little one.
I gotta.
That's what's so funny. That's what you gotta love Steve-O. He's like part of your gang and your guys. He's got 4 girls and a boy, a wife, and a 7-pound dog. Don't tell me it's a poodle.
It's a Yorkie.
That's my next guess. I gotta tell you, he's
wait
got
a
way
minute.
too much estrogen in his
wait a minute.
house.
You walk a Yorkie?
Yes. Well, you know, my dog passed away in March,
I know,
and the
but
kids were really upset. And this
but you-
kind of just came over to me.
you walking a Yogi, you're a big guy, you're walking this little doggy?
I make my son do it.
That's hilarious. And we've got Joyce Brodsky. She's a pet
Bring her
intuitive
on,
and
yeah, with
psychic,
the
and as
camera
soon
to
as
the
you
right.
said that, she starts laughing. She could talk to your Yorkie for you.
Oh yeah. Maybe
Yes.
she could train her too.
Yeah, Yorkies are not the easiest trainable, but they are so freaking cute.
She's gonna tell you
Yeah.
everything you need to know about your doggy. He's gonna tell you, hey, what's up? I don't like the booties, I don't like the food, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, she's a diva. She's definitely a diva.
What's happening with New York Sounds? Vinny, can you give Joyce a mic, please? What's
Not
happening?
much. Not much. We started moving. We started going little by little, and then we got set backwards again. So not much is going on. I mean, 2021 looks great because everything's moving towards that. So I'm praying that everything stays there for 2021. But right now, 2020, we're sitting home. I'm mixing a lot on live, as you guys see. Making a lot of connections with different freestyle artists and stuff like that. But other than that,
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
nothing.
I have decided that we are going to categorize our votes to win the election. So we're going to need the DJ vote. We're going to need the magicians that talk to the animals vote. We're going to need the Latino vote. I'm going to categorize each department so that I can get the vote out and tell people to write me in. I'm going to change all this around.
Change it all up.
I'm going to change it all up. I am going to change up how we do business. You know, because from your house, you can do almost anything. You could DJ from your house, and when you have a cutout.
I was
you
just
see-
going to tell you, I just DJ'd a high school reunion last Friday night from the house
How'd you
Of
do that?
course.
Where were all the people?
on Zoom. 76 people.
What high school?
I don't know. They were based out of Chicago.
Wow, that's pretty cool. A Zoom high school reunion.
Absolutely. Now, you see Major League Baseball, they have 5,000 pictures of people high-fiving in the stands. And you people were paying for that. The money went all to coronavirus research or whatever.
Nice.
And people were paying for it. If the ball, the foul ball hits your picture, the Mets and every other major league team, they send you the ball in the mail.
Wow,
Man, if Major
Wow.
League Baseball could do it, we can all do it.
that's very cool.
You could do DJing, you could do weddings, and you could do anything. So and this is why I have Esperanza here, because I need the Latino vote.
You do need the Latino vote.
I need every Latino to get out there and register for the vote.
Freddie for president, Joyce.
Everybody say, Steve-O, put the cabinet together, get the boys from New York. We invading Washington, baby.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
I tell you, I mean, why not?
You know, when I had my numerology chart done last year, and she told me 2020 was, it was going to be a year of building. It wasn't going to be, and
She didn't explain all that.
yeah, she's kind of right. It's been a year of building, all right. But you were starting off new, and maybe they saw it all.
She
coming
said
down
on
the
my
pipe.
she said on my chart, you will become president of the United States, and I threw it away thinking she was nuts.
There you go. You
And I have it in
believe
the
these
garbage
things.
somewhere.
Well, now we've got Joyce here. You have any questions? Do you ever get psychic readings?
You talking about me?
You?
Yeah, the guy with the dog.
No, I don't want to know anything.
You
I don't
wanna
want to know
anything?
anything.
Your dog will let you know.
I love surprises.
Then you're loving 2020.
Esperanza, do
And
you
this
have
is a
any
total
animals?
surprise.
No, I'm renting, so I'm not allowed, but I love pets. And my child keeps insisting, I'm into French bulldog. I need a little cutie, French bulldogs is like.
A French bulldog is not a cute dog.
I don't think her mic is on.
There is nothing cute about a French bulldog.
No?
No.
It's so
Is
cute.
her mic on,
Where-
ladies?
Yes, it's on.
Once
Now
I
it
saw
is.
once the gray one with the blue eyes, and it was like, I loved it. I want one.
Her mic is on.
A French bulldog.
They cannot bark though, right?
She's
So they are
up and
not
down,
bothering
Steve says you
neighbors.
can't hear her. The funny thing about a French bulldog is that it's one of the ugliest dogs.
No.
Now, let me ask you.
You're in trouble for
See,
that
well, let me
remark.
ask you. You go into a friend's house, and they got the ugliest freaking mutt you ever seen.
right.
Do you tell the guy, "Oh, that's a beautiful dog"?
Yes,
Or do
there's
you
no
tell him the
ugly
truth?
dogs.
He says, "Put that dog in the closet, 'cause I'm gonna tell you, it has a face only its mother could love."
Boo.
That's not
Oh, I
nice.
love retrievers though.
You love overachievers.
Yeah.
Overachiever.
No, the retrievers, the golden retrievers.
Golden retrievers.
Don't you
That's
understand English?
Goldies.
Oh, she's speaking
The
English?
golden, the golden.
So golden retrievers
She's
are
speaking English?
overachievers, actually.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
A golden. I seen the golden retriever sit in front of the fireplace. You know that picturesque picture, and the tail is in the fire, and they gotta move it because the dog don't move.
Joyce, how you doing? Welcome back.
I'm great, thank you. It is so great to be back here. I appreciate the invite. And for you, I would think about a Basenji instead of a French bulldog,
Really?
because they don't bark.
Getting a what?
A
A
Basenji?
Basenji, they are the barkless
the hell is
African
that?
dog.
That's
African
a dog.
dogs?
Yes.
I don't know what kind
Steve,
of
you
dog.
ever heard of a Basenji?
Basenji.
No.
It's like a small too.
They're small. They're
Is
bigger
that a
than,
big dog
But
or a
French
small
bulldog,
dog?
they
It's
don't
a small
bark.
dog, she says.
They bark.
but they don't
do?
have the. Okay,
And they
Basenjis
don't
do not
speak,
have
apparently. They
the
don't bark.
problems that French bulldogs have.
I don't know about the problems of the
Oh,
French
yeah, they
bulldog.
have
I don't know that
lot of
part.
health
I have to
issues.
look into
Now,
it.
you know what happens when you have a dog that doesn't bark, right? It gives you the look. You ever seen the dog? You ever seen the dog that gives you the look? Yo!
It's a dog.
Gotta go out, baby. You ever seen that? I had a dog like that. Nina could not bark. When she tried to bark, she looked like she swallowed her tongue. So she would give me the look.
So they have the attitude, right? They give
Attitude.
you an attitude, like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
That, and they come over and they bite you and they drag you to
Oh
the door.
no.
What, the dogs?
You had a little doggy.
I had a little poodle, I did.
I can only imagine. Did you like dress this thing up too?
A 12-pound black poodle because Chuck said, I will not have a white poodle. All right, we got a black one. And there went that.
So
He was too
who
macho.
walked the dog? Chuck?
Me? Well, we let him out in the backyard. We had that electrical fence, so we had that hiding fence. Just you can let them out, and you train them so they can only go so far, and that worked great.
I could totally see Dawn with the little dog with the little purse and yeah.
Little dog, a little purse, little poodle.
Her husband is 6'2". Can
And
you
we had a
imagine
poodle.
him with a poodle?
Well, he's got a
The
Yorkie.
chain, again, he don't walk it though. He says he lets his son walk it. The chain isn't long enough, so he's dragging the dog, and the dog's like on two legs.
The dog once got away. He went through the hedges and went away, and they had to get
The
him
dog
on a
is like
bike.
two
We
legs.
got-
He's like, yo, get a longer chain. That's why people don't understand animals.
People love their pets. I think, next to your children, pets are probably number one.
Actually, I think pets are number one over children
You might
Yes.
be correct.
because they don't answer back. They don't fresh out.
I saw your horse was getting his teeth brushed the other
Did
day.
you see him? Yes, he.
Right.
Okay, so what they call it with horses, they float their teeth, and that's when they file down the teeth because horses' teeth keep growing, and sometimes they get sharp points in there, and it's hard for them to eat.
It's like humans.
Well,
They
our
grow
teeth,
fangs, like the vampires.
teeth don't grow.
Your teeth don't keep growing.
Thank God.
They do.
He was really good. He did a dance with it. I can't believe it. This is an equine dentist, and they only do horses. They don't do people or dogs. And the two of them were just dancing around the stall while he was filing. The noise was scary. It's actually a metal file that they use on their teeth.
I have a
Now,
question.
Joy-
What is a snorky?
Hold on. Joyce, we have a caller. Now, this is going to be an experiment. We have a caller on there. We're going to try to bring her over. What is the caller's name? You have a name?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
A metal file that they use on their teeth.
Can you turn the fan off, please?
Can't hear.
Hello. How are you? Welcome to the cafe.
We have a caller on there. We're going to try to bring her over. What is the caller's name?
All right, put it through.
She's through. Do you hear us?
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Supposed to be on a cell phone.
She's not. She doesn't know she's on the
She's
air.
on the air because we hear our whole background noise.
It's echoing.
All right, when we get her back, girls, see if we can get her. Amy
Hello?
Rashevsky says she has a snorky. Hi, how are you?
Am I on?
You
Yes,
are.
you're on. And we hear your whole conversation. You got to turn your computer down.
Hello?
Hi,
Turn
how
your
are you?
computer down, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Hola.
How
Hello.
are you?
I'm on.
You're on.
Am I on yet or am I online?
No, you're on.
You're on.
I'm on. Okay. Should I ask Joyce a question?
Yes, please.
Hi.
You ready for me?
I am.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay, I can't hear anything.
That's okay. You ask the question. I can hear you.
Hello?
Oh, she can't hear me. Why can't she hear?
Steve-O, tell her yes, you're on.
Ready for me?
Yes, you're on.
Okay, great. So,
You can only
I
hear
happen
me.
to be a friend of Joyce. Okay, Joyce, it's Michelle Barry.
Oh,
And
hi.
I'm
How are
asking a
you?
question about my cat Cookie Dough, who you know just survived a near-death experience,
Yes.
and she's doing well now.
Oh, good.
And my question about her is she has always been a hyper licker. She will lick you until your skin comes off. And it's almost in a frenzy. She just can't get enough of licking. And I always wondered about that, and I always felt like I was rejecting her if she did it too much, and it would make me feel guilty, but it's hard to keep her from licking. So I wanted to know what your thoughts on that was.
Okay, the first thing I got was that, believe it or not, she needs some salt. I don't know what kind of food you're feeding her. I know she's on a special diet because she was so sick. But if you would add just sprinkle a little bit of salt on her food, that might help. The other thing is when as soon as she starts licking, tell her, you know what, Cookie Dough, I don't like this. It's too rough. Your tongue is too rough. Could you please stop? And she's going to look at you and go,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to listen to you. I'm just going to keep on licking. And that's when you're going to gently pick her up and put her away from you. But I know you, Michelle, and you're a softie, and you probably would. And the fact that she was so sick and almost passed, you're going to go, oh, no, I'll deal with it. But no, don't deal with it. It's okay. Just tell her you don't like it. And she'll probably be like, what? I've been doing this
I
forever,
do.
and you
I
just
mean, I
told
put
me
her
now?
down. Yeah, no, yeah, right.
You could,
She has
you
been
could
doing
do
this
it.
forever, and I do put her down. I just was wondering about that's interesting about the salt because she's been drinking a lot more. Her levels are all fine now, but
Good.
I'm just wondering that need to retain water kind of thing, and adding salt to her food. And I actually thought about that the other day, whether they salted the cat food because she eats more wet food now than the dry since she was sick. So that's really interesting because I actually thought about that just as a curious thing, whether they put salt in the wet cat food.
Usually not, but these are animals, and they need all the minerals and vitamins that we could supply for them because they don't live outside
Right.
and they're not eating, like she's not chewing on grasses or any kind of other green things that will give her substitute that. You know what? You might even might want to go get her some. Those little containers that have grass growing in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, try one
Okay.
of those. Try one of those. And
Okay.
eliminate
Well,
her.
thank you.
You have to eliminate her drive for the licking because they get obsessed.
She's a hyper licker.
Yeah, they don't stop.
She is.
No comment. No comments.
All
Fred.
right, thanks, Michelle, so
thank you,
much.
Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Michelle, and the funny thing
Thank
I
you,
was gonna tell
Joyce.
Michelle-
Love you, honey.
I love you too,
I was
sweetie.
going to tell
Okay.
Michelle that most
All right.
guys are hyper lickers.
I told you.
Is that true, Steve-O?
Steve-O,
I was gonna say I got the same problem.
I know. And you know how they stop guys from being hyper licker anything? They take a mouse trap. All it takes is one good whack and you're done.
I tried that with you. It didn't work.
You stuck it on my hand.
I know. Next time it'll be on your tongue.
And it's funny because
I'm gonna leave the comments alone. This is a PG show.
But the comments, the cat's tongue is like sandpaper. I got Peaches, a cat that I have, right? This cat wants to crawl inside my body.
Not Casper, Peaches.
No, Casper don't do that. He's a different animal. No, he's doing worse.
Have you been working with him?
We had a whole conversation, and
Well, it can't be just a one-time only. It has to be.
you turn your microphone off. You got to hit the light until it turns green. Okay, there you go.
You have to repeat.
The problem is that my two cats, one is very affectionate. I understand what Michelle's talking about because she licks all day long. So I've discovered that if I prowl my face into this cat, now I'm allergic to cats, but I got to do this to her, and then she stops. She wants this non-stop, constant attention.
I get it.
She's
needy. She's a needy female.
Exactly, and she stops. And there's a special kind of cat that like roly-polies. Like I told the doctor, and he says she's always going to be roly-poly. But she talks to me through her eyes. She gives me this look. She has orange eyes. Never seen that before.
And she talks to you.
Yes.
And she tells you.
She says, call Steve-O.
And there he is.
And there he is.
Steve-O, you have another
Here
guest
I
joining
am.
us today too?
Yes, he's on hold, I guess. He's on the other line.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break then. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. We've got another. Steve-O, what's his name?
His name is Coach Toe.
Oh, we know
We know
Coach Toe.
Coach Toe.
Yeah, he's been around.
All right, we had
The
Coach Toe
kicker.
on the show a couple years ago.
He was the coach from Boca High football team.
Yes.
All right, stay tuned. If you have any questions for Steve-O, Coach Toe, Joyce, or Esperanza, or even for us, give us a call. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of Scotch whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show on, what should we call today? An Intuitive
Terrific
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
An Intuitive Tuesday. We've got Steve-O from New York Sounds joining us. We've got Coach Toe. We've got Esperanza of Fuego. And we've got Joyce Brodsky, Psychic and Pet Intuitive. So if you have any questions for Joyce, for your pets or for your personal life or business life, whatever it is, give us a call. 888-994-4995. And Steve-O is booking 2021, so of course, give him a call as well. How you doing, Coach Toe?
Coach, how you doing, Coach?
Coach, make sure your mic is on.
All right, we don't see Coach yet.
He has his phone locked.
All right, so
All
we're
right.
going to see how we get going with that. Joyce, you have got, someone else is writing in that they have a Snorky. Amy Rashevsky says she has a Snorky. Hi, Amy, how you doing?
The hell is a snorky?
What is a Snorky?
With a nose? That's why they call it a snorky?
What could it be with? What could it be with? I mean, I'm thinking
You turn your mic off again.
a Shih Tzu and a Yorkie?
Make sure the
A
light
Shih
is
Tzu and a
green.
Yorkie? I don't know.
It's probably
never
a Shih
heard of a
Tzu and a
Snorky.
Yorkie because that makes sense.
When I was growing up, a dog was a dog or it was a mutt. A mutt means it had more than one thing, but then it turned political correctness and you
Because
can't
now
call a
breeders
dose a mutt.
crossbreed them and they're not mutts.
And they are mutts, though. It's ridiculous. People
mutt is a mutt
people
is a
pay
mutt.
$2,000 to $5,000 for a mutt.
How
When
much?
you $2,000 to $5,000 for a particular kind of
Not in the South Bronx, they don't.
When you should go adopt a dog. There are so many dogs and cats and horses in shelters
You
and
can
rescue.
adopt a horse?
Yes.
Really? Adopt a horse?
It's not an inexpensive adoption, though.
Well, wait a minute. Adoption means inexpensive.
No, it
No.
doesn't.
Adoption means
No.
you're going to
I
give
thought
them
it was
a
for
home.
free, actually.
No, because when you adopt from a rescue or, like animal care and control, they'll never send a dog or cat out that has not been spayed or neutered. That costs. Or with vaccinations, or they take care of all their medical problems. So you're actually paying for that. We call that vetting, not like in politics.
You know, it's amazing. The Latinos say adoption gotta be free.
Yes.
Right?
Is that what you think adoption's
Of
free?
course.
I mean, I go and rescue a pet. I mean, at least I think I would got it for free. I don't know.
I mean, if you were to say to me to adopt something, I think it's free. I went to the Long Island shelter in New York, and I went in there to get a cat because I saw a commercial. I said, let me go get a cat. They interviewed me
Look
for like 3
Ramirez.
hours.
And they should.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
That's interesting. You got us on 2 screens. And I went there and I failed. They wouldn't give me the cat.
Because you are allergic to cats, right? Did you say
No,
that?
because the system was just mentally irregular. I don't know.
And now, wait, if you guys are watching the boxes on the screen, right, we went to 2. First we went to 6, and then you and I went to 2, and then we went to 4, because Steve-O left. Now Steve-O's back, and Coach Toe got about 30 years younger.
Coach Toe is frozen.
So
He
we're
is now
watching
the
these
frozen
screens
toe.
change.
He's the frozen toe, Steve-O.
Oh my gosh.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in that
Lenny,
screen.
were you here last week when Joyce was here?
Yeah.
Did you get a reading or anything? You want to know your...
She knew
what?
something about my mom or something. She said, don't worry. She said, my mom doesn't play the piano anymore. She said, don't worry about it. Let it just, that's the way she wants to be, not play the piano.
Your mom doesn't want you to play the piano?
Herself.
No, she doesn't want.
Or your mom doesn't want to play.
She's done.
Mom's done playing the piano. I think I need to learn again.
Dawn plays the piano, but she refuses to play here.
Why?
I don't remember how to play. I got to learn again.
It's funny. There's everything I've ever known from Dawn is I don't do. I should call her the I
Do you
don't do
remember
Dawn.
when you and I first met and he says to me, you going to help me sell commercials? And I said, absolutely not.
I don't do that, she
I
told
don't
me.
do that.
And looked at her and said, you know what?
You want to help me produce shows? I go, nope, I don't know how to do that either. And here we are, 4 years later. You want to move the lights? Today I go, no, I don't do lights.
So she's in the union.
I've not unionized myself
She doesn't move
today,
lights. She doesn't move cameras. She doesn't move the background. Can we change the background on the set? Okay.
You know what happened last time I did it? I tripped. You said stop moving, but no, we do it all here.
All right.
What other visions or things you see going on in 2020, Joyce? Let's go with the good things.
Is there a good thing? That was a long
I
point.
hear laughter back there. Yes, there is. There is. There will be. There are major shifts going on every single day, and energetically, cosmically, emotionally, we are going through incredible changes so that we could start fresh and new. It's very difficult and emotional for all of us, including the animals. The animals are dealing with this. That's my Max up there. That dog is mine. That was my boy.
Really?
How'd you get that one?
I don't know where they got
We
it from.
are a very clever company.
That's
we have
why-
looked into your past.
Okay, that's kind of scary. But
Oh,
not-
you'd be surprised what's coming up. We got a couple of ex-boyfriends and stuff in there.
Some of them are dust by now.
You see a pile of dust up there. You know who it was.
Stop it. That's my soul. That is my soul dog. So here's something. Nobody's asked this question, but I can put this out there. Max, who passed 2 years ago, September. He and I have been together in multiple lives before. And how do I know that? Because I've done past life regressions. And he was with me. So for all of you out there or in here who wonder about your pets who have passed, they never leave us. Never. They choose us. They come to us, whether you go out and buy one, you think you're going out to pick one. Whether you go to a shelter and you pick one, no. That animal picks you, and somehow it works. You're connected. Because spiritually, we are all connected. Mm-hmm. We are all one. Every living, breathing thing on this planet and other planets, we are just all one big connection of electricity.
Do you
and
do past life regressions on people?
I don't personally.
So you go to that. You've
You
been to
can,
Yes, I
but
could.
you won't
I
because
could do a lot of things.
because
I
a
have
lot of people
discovered.
don't like hearing the truth. You know, it's really funny you say that because that bell rang, right? That bell rang right now. If you go back 10 years, that bell rang today. So it rings, it happens. We're catching up. The problem with life is that things already have happened. That's why a lot of people can see into the future because these elements have occurred. It is our acknowledging it and seeing it that then changes it. We had this conversation.
You have
I
this-
knew I was going to meet Steve-O. I knew this back when 5 years ago. I knew about the television network. I told Dawn, I see Amp Square TV on the side of a building. And when I came in here, I told the landlord, I see the name Amp Square TV on the side of this building. You remember that? So it's about catching up. It's about seeing the things in front of you, not here, but over here to the side, which is something that we teach in this place. And the more you can acknowledge what's going on here on the side, the more they could do the skills that you do.
All right, Coach Cho, do we have you now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
hear
we
you,
hear
but
you.
you're
Yes,
Coach.
we
You're
can
on,
hear you.
Coach, you're on Wi-Fi, so we're going to lose you
You're gonna lose me.
a little bit because you're on Wi-Fi. You're not on Ethernet. But give it a shot. How you doing?
Oh, I'm on Wi-Fi too. I'm not gonna lose me.
Yeah, but I think he's on his phone Wi-Fi.
And we lost him again.
Oh, okay.
And we have either his coach or his son. That was quick.
Coach, you there?
I'm here. I'm here, sir.
Tell
All
us
right.
what you've
Yes.
been up to, Coach Cho. It's been a while since we've seen you.
Well, not much. Just trying to get through this pandemic. You know, it's tough times. People, and that.
Are you working with kids now? Or are you doing anything virtual with camps?
I was working with for a little while, but I'm trying to keep my social distancing. I'm probably gonna start next 2 weeks. I want to start up again. Football to be a couple weeks. So as soon as that gets rolling,
Not easy right now with the kids. Trying to keep everyone socially distant and isolated. Oh, lunchtime. Freddie did. I
What
have
did
no
Fred-
cheese. Oh, here's lunch, Freddie. Thank you, Slick.
Was that one mine?
No, that's yours.
We'll find out when you open it. Slick went and picked up lunch.
And coach, I wanted to ask you, because football season camps and stuff are going to be underway. One of the differences between football and baseball is that football is a contact sport. And I know that Benny Blades calls it something else, but for the argument of this conversation, it's a contact sport. Much more difficult to separate contact sport from baseball, where there's minimal contact. How's that going to work?
It's going to be tough. They're just going to, I know it's going to cost a lot of money, but these high schools are going to have to start testing these kids. I mean, you see what the NBA's doing, you know, testing these people right now. They're going to have to do it on a daily basis to protect the kids and the families. And this is something I've never seen in my years of life. So
Nobody
baseball,
has seen this.
Out. So I hope they get, you know, I hope something comes up to this where we can get it resolved, because playing sports is very, very important to these kids, but the safety is the most important thing for the kids.
Absolutely. We got to get everyone back to doing what they do safely. So Joyce, do you see this? We're going to figure this out. I know, I'm putting everything on you.
We're going to figure it out? It's already been figured out.
Sounds like you, Freddie.
We're just
right.
We're catching up.
We're just kind of floating along. And what's happened is that the ones who have not been enlightened are waking up. There are ones that will not wake up, and they'll be the first to transition. But the ones who are waking up, they're going to join with the rest of us to take an active role in making this world a better place than it's been in a really long time. Yes, we've had division and anger and angst, and it's unfortunately started from the top in the White House, but it's been here forever. I think the United States has been built on, unfortunately, hate and discrimination, whereas other countries, they don't have that. Some do, but most don't. And we have come to the point now where the mirror is up and everybody's looking at each other and themselves. And I pray that by the start of the new year, which is not that far away, things will be a lot different, calmer. I think people don't want to live like this. This is fear going on here. And when you position yourself into a fear place, whether your head, your heart, or what your actions, it doesn't work for anybody. And it's a very powerful time. There have been times when I sit here and I go, why the hell was I born in this generation at this time? Because there's so much work for people like me that have to do. Without saying, I can't say no, I just do it. It's like with the animals. I hear animals talk to me all the time. This lady asked me, when did this start? I've been listening to animals since I was a kid. Sometimes I feel like I'm more animal than human, because they're so wise and so kind and so loving, and they're watching all of us now, and they're trying to teach us to live in the moment, be kinder, connect with each other on a whole basis. Not anger, not hate, not fear. Because they don't live that way. We do. Humans do.
Well, but Joyce, but let me ask you a question. In this day and era, with the advent of the cell phone, there's no hiding.
You're right.
We can't hide whether it's abusive, not abusive, good, bad, or indifferent. In this country, which this is my America, we are the greatest country in the world. The problem is we are also the least to hide now. You can't hide bad behavior from the past. It used to be that you could. You can't. You can't buy a dozen eggs without 15 cameras taking you from your house to the store back home. I mean, the police, everybody has all this stuff set up because of crime. So, other countries don't allow you to be as vocal as we are. They don't allow you to do the things that we do. They have their own issues, because there are countries right now that won't allow you to protest. They won't allow you to speak up. They won't allow you.
But wouldn't you like there to be a way to enlighten people, to eliminate the fear and the
agree.
anxiety and the anger. And all of us truly, I know I sound like a unicorn
Dawn-
fairy, but this is truly how I believe. For people to truly be kind to each other, to truly wish good, to get along, to all the things that should
But
be.
that should be everywhere.
Yes, it
It
should
should be
be.
here,
But wouldn't
like
that be
it'd be everywhere.
can we do this? Is there a way to raise our vibrations enough for people to actually, as a whole, to come together, not just a few of us, to make that change for the betterment?
But that you can even ask for that. That you can say these things is the gift. You know, the problem that we have, it isn't about being born at this time. The gift is given to you every morning when you wake up and you open them eyes, because you got two gifts there. There are friends of ours that have caught the virus and almost died. We got people we don't know about right now that have been on this show. We got friends, and we consider Steve my brother. His wife is ill. I'm going to tell you something. The bottom line is, you got a gift. That we mess it up is a given. That animals don't know how to mess it up, it depends, because the animals will eat one another to survive. I get the difference.
Survival.
I get the difference. It's survival. I get the difference. The problem is this. Let's stop looking so much at who and how we behave. And let's change it. Because I'm going to tell you, God don't like ugly. And he's going to make it so there won't be anybody left. Anybody left. And you're going to have to start all over with nobody around. And think about that scenario. No police,
Didn't
no
Will Smith
crime,
make
no
a
nothing.
movie like that?
Yeah. Silence. Different, it's different.
Right, Steve? Didn't Will Smith make a movie about that? I think. He lost his audio.
Got to bring in his audio.
Is he gone?
No, he's there. Steve was audio?
Me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So not to get religious or anything, but you know, we're living in what many believe the revelation. You know, this is all revelation. A lot of this stuff was written a long time ago. And if you watch a movie that's actually called Left Behind, with Nicolas Cage, and they discuss that, you know, of the righteous, you know, leaving before us. And I know I got a lot of making up to do from my past, but you know, that's a whole different topic of where I believe we are. But if you're spiritual and you're into your religion, this is not really a big surprise. I just didn't know I was going to be living it at my age. I thought I'd be up and gone by then.
Interesting.
It's true. Armageddon, isn't there a chapter in the Bible that talks about Armageddon? But Armageddon is about the
Well,
fire.
that's Revelation. That's all Revelation.
But there's also the fire and destruction, everything else. I gotta tell you, if we understood what it is that we're going through, as opposed to trying to figure out whether we send our kids to school, if we understood just each other, maybe the problem here is we're not listening to the message.
Well, maybe that's what you and I do. Maybe that is, and I know
But
it's
we
not
need
maybe.
everybody else to
This
do
is
it.
what we do. This is the platform that we have created, and I'm so glad that you're here, and Steve-O, because you know what? All of us have come together. Like Kenny Love says, how did a Puerto Rican from the Bronx come to be with a Jewish girl from Brooklyn who grew up in Fort Lauderdale, right? We've got Steve-O, your brother over here. We are an entire melting pot within our magic walls. So
Yeah, but
maybe
we
it
need
is
it
up
to
to
be
us.
a bigger magic,
So,
a bigger wall.
Joyce, how do we grow this? How do we share this message spiritually?
Love.
Love.
Love. Love is the highest vibration that we can put out. If we love, and first you have to love yourself. You cannot love anybody else if you don't love yourself. If you don't accept yourself for who and what you are, how you look, how you're built, your brain, whatever, accept yourself. We are perfect. You brought up God. So God's not going to destroy us. We destroy ourselves. He doesn't need any help
We
from
do it
us.
ourselves.
He looks like this. He's like, yeah.
We're just so goofy, you know, like accept who you are for the moment that you're living in now. Love yourself, because then it makes it easier for you to pick out things that you love in other people. Not everybody is going to be handsome or beautiful or super intelligent or wise or anything, but everybody has the capacity to care about each other and to respect. I don't have to like you, but I have to respect you.
Sounds like
You should respect me. You don't have to like me. You don't want to. I'm not going to invite you over for dinner. Okay, fine. But if we pass in the street or we pass in the, wave hello. What's the big deal? Wave hello.
Pay it forward. You seen the gentleman
Pay it
from
forward.
Massachusetts. He's been going to Dunkin' Donuts for 12 years. He finally made it on the news.
Really?
Somebody called in. For 12 years, Steve, well, this guy goes 7 days a week to get a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know why he doesn't
That's
have a
how it
coffee
was with
machine.
Starbucks.
Yeah, yes. He goes on, I don't know why he has a coffee machine, but he goes in there. He buys the tab behind him. They know him already that they open up an account. So when he goes like this, which he does every day, the car behind him gets that tab paid for it. And all he wants is for somebody else to do it. So I tell you what, let's do an experiment. If you're watching us today, let's do that. And if you do it, call in and tell us that you did it. Pay somebody's tab behind you. I dare you. If we want to fix something that can kill you, then how the hell are we, how come we can't do something as simple as that?
So nice.
Why can't we just say, you know what, lady, gentleman, man, whatever, pay the tab behind me, here's a 20, whatever they want is on me, keep the change as a tip. I dare you. You want to take care of all the problems that are killing us right now? Really? You can't even have people pay it forward. You can't. If you can't get that done, how the hell are we going to get something else done? I mean, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You got to catch up. It isn't about wearing a mask. It's not about that. It's about respect. It's about caring enough. I got to watch out for Steve-O's wife. I don't want him in here. I told him that. Because I don't want him taking something back to her. She's going through what she's going through.
Oh, she's sick.
So I don't need this problem right now for him. That's the bottom line here. Okay, same thing with us. My age, I'm the oldest in here. The oldest. But I got all these kids I got to look out for. Steve-O has to look out for his family. Esperanza got to look out for her kids. It comes down to really simple math. If you give a crap, then you won't have to clean up crap.
Ooh.
That's what it comes down to. That's the simple.
Very well
part of this.
said there, Freddie.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Freddie for president. If you give a crap, we won't have to clean it up.
Yeah,
He's so poetic.
he's warming up on those speeches, boy.
He's so poetic, Steve-O.
Steve-O, you know what? I went to a restaurant yesterday. The owner of the restaurant was not wearing a mask. But they came to me and says, if you're going to pick soda, when you eat, you sit down, you take the mask off. You're going to get soda. Please wear the mask. Okay, the owner comes out. He's not wearing a mask. And I went over to the kid, and he says, I think that guy's name was Frank. Frank, you can't do that. If we're asking them to do it, and he had to go get his mask. Seriously. Seriously. If you want to take care of this serious problem, whether you think it's going to kill you or not, ain't the point. Do something simple.
Lead by example.
Respect. Lead by example.
That's all I got to say. Freddie for president.
Freddie for president.
That's all I'm saying. This isn't about right and wrong. This is about survival, man. This is about making tomorrow a reality. It's really what it comes down to. I was going to bring out a lighter with a piece of paper, and I was going to burn it on the set. Because the more we do with the fire that's burning right now, the more we're adding with the paper, and we're just burning it up. We're burning ourselves out. I mean, think about this.
See, then I look at it as the other side, that it's time to bring back the light. You're all into Armageddon and all of these things in the darkness and the fire. I'd rather just do the rebirth and the light. Like, it's time to do that.
When they place you in Armageddon, it's not about being into Armageddon. You know, she says that yesterday she was freaking out.
I'm still freaking out today.
She was freaking out.
Every day I'm
yesterday.
freaking out because all of this stuff, you feel this collective energy of what it is. Even though you have faith and you love you and we love what we do, it doesn't mean all of us don't feel what's going on. I mean, you must feel, and how do you turn it off in your head?
It's a good question.
Can you?
And I have people ask me that a lot. So it turns out that besides me, there's two other psychics living in my house. One is my daughter, who's really in denial. The other is a roommate that we took in a few months ago, who had no idea that he was as psychic as he is. And I don't know if it's because he's living with me, I don't know. But the three of us will sit down at the dinner table, and all of a sudden he'll jerk his head and he'll look around. I go, what did you see? And he sees energy. He sees dead people. And my daughter sits there and her face is like, oh my God. And I just look and I go, okay, listen, I'm telling this person, this energy, to leave. If you don't want someone in your house, whether they're in flesh or spirit, it's okay for you to say, leave, in a very kind and loving way. The whole thing that's going on now is people are realizing the ugly has been here forever, but buried. It's time for it to get out, be exposed, and we clean it up. And yes, it's difficult, it's emotional. Do I feel it? Yeah, there are days that I can't even move, that I find I have to like lay down and take a nap because I'm exhausted from what I'm feeling. But I know, and talking to other people like me, we're going through this so we can change the world, so we can get a better world back. Not back, but a better world, period. With, this is the most prejudiced country, I think, in the world. I really do believe that. And I have traveled, and I've had, because I'm a Jew, I've had people look at me and go, wow, you don't look Jewish. And I always say, what does a Jew look like? What am I supposed to look like?
What does anything look like?
What does anyone look like? If you have coloring, okay, fine, there's color in you. But what the hell does a Jew look like? What does a Christian look like? We have 2 legs, 2 arms, eyes, whatever, and we bleed the same as anybody else. So why can't you just accept each other and yourself as a person, as a living entity, and let's just start over again. We have to erase this.
It's interesting you brought that up because Esperanza
It's from Spain.
we're from a Spanish culture. And our culture is very, very different.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of religion in our culture. There's a lot of papal states in our culture. There is the fear. You know that the Catholics, Catholicism, is that the word? They built the churches to be huge. Do you know why that is? Does anybody know why Catholic churches are humongous?
I think
What do you say?
Community centers.
No, but why do you think they're so big?
to get higher to reach the sky,
It's to make you feel smaller than
Oh,
God.
yeah. a lot of punishment in Catholicism.
Well, if you do something bad about Catholics, you're going to face the devil. You're going to die
You're
and go to hell.
raised in either fear. I mean,
It's a
you're-
fear factor.
It's a fear factor, so it's so in us, within
But this
us.
is the way they were converting people to Catholicism when they came over to the New World. You had the war, the wars of religion, religious wars.
The
Where they were
Crusades.
yes, with the Crusades, all of that. But you know something, what I don't understand is God's message has never said kill, die. If you don't want to believe, you want to be an atheist, then that's your belief. You don't kill people over beliefs. This is where it gets ridiculous.
Live and let live.
I mean,
And we stopped doing that a long
do we
time
run
ago.
around and not stop at the red light when you're driving your car?
But
No.
here's the thing, Freddie, and this is what I don't understand. Everyone you talk to is going to say the same thing. You shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do this.
You
but
gonna
yet,
shouldn't?
people are doing it. So, do they talk it and they don't walk the talk?
Because they don't want to be pointed out. Remember when we had a show a year ago, and I had an atheist in the family, and I asked him to cut the turkey and say a prayer. And he says, I'm an atheist. Why would I do that? And I said, because I'm not. And you're in my house, and I want you to do this for me.
Respect. You don't have to like
You don't
me,
have
but
to
you
say,
respect
God, you
me.
believe in God. You just say, thank you for the food. That's all he had to say.
Do you know 4 months from now, when this started in March, we're now in July, we're in 4 months. 4 months from now, we're in Thanksgiving. That's how much time has
Wow.
passed to think about that.
No, this year is like, I don't know.
And Joyce, I can only hope that as we approach Thanksgiving, as you say, we move into 2021, Steve-O, and I got my angel bumps, that this is under a new light and in a new way that we can
But it
continue
maybe
to move
it's
forward.
not.
Well, I'm not going to
It's
go that
called
way. I'm going to hope the other way.
adaptability.
Yes.
You have to adapt. You can't wait. This is never going to be the same. And I was going to bring this up with Esperanza, among Latinos, we have a different look at the situation. We don't have a president that was Latino in the White House. Okay, we never have. We never had a leader among our community to do like the blacks do now, like the Jews have done. You guys have gotten education, you've gotten wealth and everything else. That's not to say the Hispanics don't have money. Many do. But the leadership quality, because of the different races, is not there. And we can learn. Listen, I've always learned. I've always had Jewish bosses that taught me business. They explained to me human behavior. I have. I had a gentleman in the Republican Party in New York, a black psychiatrist. He was the head of the Republican Party. He taught me as well. I had Slick teach me something the other day. You can always learn. It's not about the color of the skin. It's about what
we have Italian bosses, but they're not in the White House.
I didn't hear that.
You had a bunch of those bosses, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, Steve-O, so you're looking into 2021, and clearly Freddie has now cleared the path for his platform, so we're going forward, but it is always about hope.
I like Steve-O
Yeah, so for the rest of the year, we're just going to work on the campaign.
And I like Steve-O because Steve-O deals with music.
Ah, nice.
And God's language has always been music. It is what I told NBA, aka Lenny over there. If you can play the piano, that's a gift. If you can sing, that's a gift. If you can do art, that's another gift,
This
man.
piece behind you we call, Amy, I don't know if you've named it, but Slick has named it Entanglement.
Entanglement.
And you would put that behind me, right?
Yes. Do you know why it's called Entanglement?
Why?
Because apparently there is a thing, was it with Jada? Jada.
Or Jada Hope?
Gonna brief into it, but it's something that happened with Jada and another man and Will Smith.
Oh,
they
I
were on
saw
a break.
that.
But
She admitted to
basically,
having an
Entanglement.
basically she was talking
But they were
about it on her-
separated.
Yeah, they were separated. The whole story was, but basically on like her Red Table Talk, she was talking about it and she used the word entanglement.
So that is
instead
what is
of-
behind you. We've named
And
that
there
piece
is the
Entanglement.
answer to your question. Why do people always say, yeah, you should be nice, you should, and then they turn around, they're a whole different person.
Well, then there's the other side of ask for forgiveness after you do it. There's so many sides to
You
all
see,
of
now
this.
that was created by somebody who was very clever.
You.
Not me, I wish. But if I ask you, Joyce, to give me the truth, would you give me the truth? Would you say, you know, God don't like ugly, and because you did this your next 7 years? I was told this by my brother when he passed away. I told that story. Would you tell him the truth?
I have no choice but to tell you the truth.
Can people handle the truth?
A lot of people cannot. But it's not my mission, it's not my goal to protect you from your truths.
But the problem
And
is...
if you ask me, if you don't ask me, I will not tell you. If you ask me, then I have to.
Yeah, but
I
the
have to
problem
honor
is
what
that
you
you're
asked
going
me.
to be entangled into telling the truth. And the problem is that all around us, we have people who can't handle the truth. The truth of the matter is, we have created as human beings a very deadly situation for all of us. That's the truth. And whether you believe it or not, I show you hospital beds that will tell you the difference. And it doesn't matter.
But
if the
we live in a
person's right.
society that's so sensitive now, though, Freddie. You know what I mean? People are so sensitive, they get offended so easily. I mean, you can't say nothing anymore. It's like you got to sit there and, I mean, you know, and it's not one particular race or ethnicity. It's everyone. It's just this generation. Our kids, you know, I have kids that are in their 20s, and it's that generation that's just, oh, that's not right to say, and this is not. I mean, I grew up on Archie Bunker. Now, Freddie is probably the only one that knows who that is.
Oh, absolutely.
But can you imagine Archie Bunker nowadays?
But
It
he
wouldn't-
It wouldn't
exists.
last one
the
day.
thing is, he exists.
Archie Bunker made it so that we could have conversations. That's how it started, right? Sanford and Son, also, complete opposite, to have those conversations. You know, the funny thing is that you never want to have a conversation until it comes to your house. You lose somebody to a virus, all of a sudden you're paying attention. You
Right.
lose your kids to a murder, God forbid. Now you're paying attention to crime, right? You lose your family member to something unjust, unjust, whatever the word is, all of a sudden your ears go on. You didn't have any ears before that. Archie Bunker, Freddie Prinze, Chico and the Man was before that. Nobody paid attention to Chico and the Man.
And people like us, you know, Freddie, you're like me a lot because we're from the same hood. We grew up very outspoken. we spoke what was on our head, and and people appreciated it. And I got to know a lot of people because people knew Steve's not that beat around the bush kind of guy. He's gonna tell you how it is. And now, for people like us, it's hard to live in a world where we are now because we do have to sugarcoat and think twice and not say certain things. So back to the lady that's doing the readings. Like she just said, people can't handle the truth. I mean, that must be extremely hard for you because, it's like that saying, don't ask a question if you don't want to hear the answer.
True that.
My mother always says, don't look if you can't deal with what you find.
And if you find people who have vision and you ask them a question, think before you ask. This is what it's all about.
Right.
Think before you ask. Because you may want to not know the truth. And if you don't want to know the truth, she's going to tell you the truth, and you may not like it too much.
Steve, you want to stay with us?
Now, many readers told me I have a lot of positive energy. Like I'm electrifying. Are you feeling the same thing over there?
You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Hey, you talking to me?
I
think you're adorable. First of all, with the camera in you, it's hard for me to see you because the tripods are everywhere.
Can we move the tripods so you
I
can see the screen, guys?
Thanks. Are you in New York? Is that what I'm to understand?
No, he's from New York, but
I'm from New York. No, I'm here now. I'm in Delray Beach.
Oh, you're in Florida.
Steve has been on the show tons and tons of times. When he comes, he has his own phone service, and he's always making appointments.
That's rude.
No, it's business.
I can't help it.
We love it. That's what we do. That's what we're all about. He loves it. I'll never forget the first time he came out, I think you did like 7 appointments. He had to get up and leave because the phone wouldn't stop ringing.
That should happen to me. That would be great. So you're in the music business?
Yes, ma'am. I have my own entertainment company.
So, okay, when I close my eyes because I hear better. So give me a second.
Yeah.
Your music is magic. The work that you do is healing. Because you know that music is healing. The vibrations that you work with are higher level than us just talking. And that's what I'm picking up from you. What you do to make a living spreads love and joy amongst thousands of people, and that's a gift. And that's where your energy comes from. You are gifted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joyce, we call him the naked DJ. Because every time every time I watch him, because he spins record on Facebook.
It's 100 degrees outside. He's in his garage.
No, he's in his garage, and it's 2,755 degrees. So he has a
tank top.
I got a shirt on today.
So he's wearing a shirt. He got dressed up for us today, Freddie.
And I write in, I said, Steve, can you put on his shirt? And he's the naked DJ. So we were going, until this all happened, we wanted to do stuff outside with the naked DJ. And everybody kept saying to me, what's the naked DJ? What's the naked DJ? And that's...
Yeah, we were going to do the pickup truck. We're ready to go.
We're going to go to commercial break. You want to stay with us, Steve-O?
I'm actually going to go. I got a lot to do, so I love you guys.
Love you.
Keep
Love
doing
you
the
and
good
your
work.
wife.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve-O. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, I guess we're there.
Dutch Designs and Events is a unique business providing an extensive range of beautiful floral arrangements. They have the power to bring your event or special occasion to life. Dutch Designs are available for any event or to open your business with a smile. All flowers are grown with organic compounds that enhance their fragrance and beauty. Call Dutch Designs at 561-419-8126 or visit their website at DutchDesignsEventPlanning.com. Call Dutch Designs at 561-419-8126.
not all CBD products are made the same. Here at your CBD store, our trained and highly educated staff can help recommend the perfect products for you. Stop in and see for yourself at one of our locations in Pembroke Pines, West Boca, Boynton Beach, or Singer Island. Or call us today at 561-437-1080. Again, that's 561-437-1080.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Champions of the world. You like Queen? How do you like that picture behind you?
Oh, I love it. He was.
Let's got to get you your mic. Amazing, right? What he gave a voice to music that was truly spectacular.
So I love Michael Jackson. No matter what the scandals and all that, it didn't matter. His talent was just endless. But there's something about Freddie Mercury that blows that away for me. That man got up on the stage and he just he gave 150% of who he was.
And that was back in the day when people didn't do what he did. When you see the movie, right, you realize his vision. He reminded me a lot of you, actually, because some of the most craziest ideas he brought forward. And those are the ideas that stick. Those are the ones.
They loved him for it.
Right? And that's what it was. The ones that were so out of the box that you went, are you kidding me? To get to those notes, to what he did and how he got there, totally out of the box.
His range was endless. He was just incredible.
It's funny, I got to see that movie when I was coming home from Puerto Rico. And when I landed, I was so hyper that when I went to the studio that day, Freddie Mercury's words, if they sing your song, they know who you are. He didn't want normal. He wanted like my cousin Vinny. He wanted like Slick. Like the people in here are not normal. Normal, not because they're not sane. They are sane. They're normally because they are
We're
talented.
creative thinkers.
And everybody in those stadiums that he filled and played in front of, he wanted those creative thinkers. That was the whole crux of who he was. So to him, he was normal. And what we do normally was abnormal.
Totally different thought process.
Absolutely.
So, Fred, you're from Puerto Rico?
I'm from the Bronx, New York. But my mother and father were born in Puerto Rico, and before that, they were born in Italy.
You grew up in Puerto Rico, didn't you? Kind of?
3 years. I did high school in Puerto Rico.
So I'll tell you a quick story about a dog in Puerto Rico. Humacao. I went for a vacation there with friends of mine. And we're walking home one night, and I see this little white puppy. It was a little white puppy. And I thought it belonged to the two men in front of the puppy, and they said no. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I picked that puppy up and brought it to the hotel room. And she was maybe 2 months old. And I was like, okay. I had my other dog had passed maybe a few months before that trip. I said, okay, I'm bringing you home. You're going to go back to New York. And I finally found a vet to have her vetted and get home. No, before we left the hotel, my friend who I was with says, come to the door and look outside. And there is a group of dogs in a semicircle waiting and looking into the door. And I let the puppy out. And she goes right to her mother. I knew it was her mom. They all came to say goodbye and tell her to be a good girl.
Did she come back to you?
She came back within minutes.
Wow.
And I took her back to New York. She only understood Spanish. Thank God I have broken Spanish. And every time she saw a plane or heard a plane, she'd look up. She was the smartest, most amazing dog. One of my special dogs that I had, I named her Rica. Because I said, okay, you're a little rich girl now. You're going to live in Manhattan. Got it? She was amazing. Amazing. But the fact that this whole troop, her pack, came to say goodbye to her and wish her well, it blew my socks off.
We talked about that this morning. Remember the book, Are You My Mother? We were talking about that book, and he says, how do you question your mother? And the bird went out and tries to find the mom. And
How does a dog know a dog's mother?
Well, they all came back to find this dog.
How does it know it?
Scent, I guess.
Because they know it, the scent. They know. All animal mothers know their own babies. All of them. Some of them reject them, and there's usually a good reason for it, a health reason. But they all know their babies. If you take away 3 puppies from a litter of puppies, that mother's going to be searching for those 3 puppies, even though she may have another 3 or 4 or 5. They just know. Are they better mothers than humans? Begs the question.
This is different. I think we've got Claudia also on the line. Claudia Mendoza says she's going to join us for this conversation and see what's going on. Another woman empowered. How are you doing, Claudia?
Very good, very good. Very happy to be here with you guys. Thank you so much.
You talk about energy. Did she not have the best haircut?
The best.
Oh, thank you.
The best color, the best haircut. I think it is so empowered. It's amazing. Tell us about, we have Joyce Brodsky here, so if you have any psychic intuitive questions, go ahead and ask her.
Oh, that sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Thank you. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Oh my God. Every day is happening so fast. Weeks are going fast. Days is like nothing. Thank you. No, it's a good opportunity to call. We were talking on Sunday in the afternoon, and it's basically that it's a good chance for us to share what we do, what we expect to, and to educate our community about what is happening and what will be the best way to move, to help each other, like promote the use of masks, social distance. But on the other hand, it's for me very important. I have a business, I have a business owner, but on the other hand, I'm trying to educate my Hispanic community in Spanish about participate as a local government. And also this is a very important year. It's election time. And no matter who do you support, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is participate and vote. These days is happening this. It's very important. You can vote by mail in Florida and all the country, but here we are a very important state. Most of you who are watching the program, this is the vote by mail.
I just got
it's
that
very
email
important.
yesterday, I think.
Okay, many people get this and said, it's nothing, and throw. This is a very important thing to do. It's a right that we have, is a right that we get when we became citizens, but also a privilege, and these days, a responsibility. Responsibility to do this. You have this, you have a big envelope, okay? Just for the people to realize what is this. You get an envelope. Inside the envelope, you have this, which is the return. You have your ballot. It depends what city or what place you live. You have this. You will fill this out. Now, this. The instructions are very confusing. You put this, and I appreciate that you're giving me this space to explain. You put this inside this, and then you put inside the envelope. Okay? After you vote, of course. You close, you sign here, you sign, you put the date, and here is very important. This mark is that you will receive your ballot again next election.
That's interesting.
You don't have to pay a stamp, it's free. This is easy, it's less than 5 minutes, and then you go to your mail and put it, and you vote, and you did your job, and you help, and you are educating more people, your kids, your grandkids. We need everybody to get involved in this, to participate, and because if your vote is your voice. But beyond of that, we need to help people to participate in the local government. You need to know who is your mayor, who is your councilman, what the people do with your taxes, how you can help the government to make a better government for you. This is our responsibility. We cannot sit down and complain and cry like nothing is happening to me if we don't do our job.
And we were just talking
Vote.
about that,
Look-
Claudia, that to make change.
Look what I have. Vote. You have to vote all the time.
Well, to make
Okay, tell me.
change, to continue to, for people to have a better understanding and better life right now, to feel better, you have to take the right to vote. Women didn't always have the right to vote, right? We now have the right to vote. Hispanic women, one of the most important groups right now, women in general, but Hispanic women, underserved, underpopulated as far as the voting. It's important. And Joyce, as you're saying, the only way that we can do this is if we all shine our light and make that, whatever it is that you vote for, whoever it is, we're not saying pick one side or
Doesn't
another.
matter.
Whatever
Doesn't matter,
it
no.
is, take that voice that we are given within this country and use it.
Well, there's a couple of things. I want to point out when you vote by ballot, by mail,
Yeah.
you ever go into a voting booth and you see things that you didn't expect? Questions. People you never even heard of.
Sure.
And what do?
You guess or you leave it blank?
You either guess, you leave it blank, you toss it up, or if you want to be like certain SAT freakies, they fill out anything. When you do it this way, you have an opportunity to Google what it is that you're signing.
Exactly.
So all of a sudden, you don't
Absolutely.
have a 10-minute, let me go and vote scenario. You have an intelligent decision-making process. And the other thing is, if you get 10 people to vote in your group, and you want to change stuff, like sometimes they'll put a bill. Do you want to raise your taxes on your homeowner's insurance to pay for a school?
Mm-hmm.
There's certain questions that you don't expect to answer, and you either leave it blank or you answer it whatever. You'll have more power now to get things done if you have a. This is something that I've learned through politics. People that have a whole association, like the union members are powerful. Why? Because there's so many of them.
The collective voices.
And they're going to vote for whatever helps the union member, the community, everything else. And the two politicians that are running against each other, one may be union, one may be anti-union. So who are you going to vote for? If it's in your betterment, if it's in your community's betterment, and yada, yada, yada. It gives you an opportunity to study the facts. So you want change, vote. It's really what it comes down to.
It is.
Tell us about your business also. Because you're in a business
Okay,
that's
I'm a
predominantly a male business.
Oh yeah, I am a general contractor. I have a degree as an architect in my country. I came from Colombia 20 years ago, but here I decided to go to the construction business. I have my own firm. I have a showroom here in Delray Beach. We do everything: additions, renovations, houses from scratch, commercial, government. We sell kitchens, windows, pools, everything here in Delray Beach. IQ Constructions is a business that we manage with my partner, which is my husband. We do during the day. And yes, I work in a very, very hard field. Construction is a tough business. On top is male business. And we have to prove twice. As a woman, as a Hispanic woman, as a colored woman, it's hard. But I'm stubborn at that. I am so that is your thing. And I've been I've been good. I love it. I love what I do. I love concrete. I'm not afraid of dogs. I'm not afraid of rain or sun. And yes, it's been good. It's been good. It's been another example for my daughters. I have two girls. And in general, when you are a businesswoman, you teach more people about that. That is possible, that you have to work hard. But if you surround yourself with people that can help you, because you always need help, and eventually you will be helpful for another people. And this is helping me too to give a message to women, Hispanic women. We have the power to do a lot of things. We just need to think about it. We are the moms, we are the grandmoms, we are the godmothers. We have the power at home.
I think Joyce
And
has
we
something to
can-
say. You want to say something to her?
I love everything you're saying. I agree with you 200%. We together we rise. We support each other. We don't beat each other up. We help each other connect, do whatever it is that we are gifted with to do, and we're together. We're a team, all of us. I think today's woman is, wow, rocking. We're just rocking it. And we do teach other people by our example. I know my daughter looks at me differently than she would, because I've been an entrepreneur all my life. And yeah, we struggle. I grew up in Manhattan. And let me tell you, when you started a business back in the 80s, you got beat up. You're a woman, you're in this business. I went into the flower business. It was mostly Greek men in the business and gay men.
Oh.
And the fact that here I am, this 20-something-year-old chick who I actually knew nothing about it, but I just jumped in and said, I'm going to do this. I love it. We are the example. And I love that you're in construction. I'm sure you do great work.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a powerful message.
Okay, I will.
But the interesting aspect is her delivery. Because, when you deliver from strength, you can see it. So she's somebody you're going to, it's like the E.F. Hutton commercial.
And passion, yes.
She has passion and she believes in what she's saying. It's totally different. Delivery in this business, men, women, child, whatever, because we cover so many different aspects of this, that your delivery point is on point. So people are going to listen because you're not shying away from the truth. And we're back to that again. We're back to not shying away from the truth. You're telling people the truth. You're sending out a message, not only for yourself, but for other people around us. I remember 5 years ago, when I started doing this show with Dawn, I had people from California asking me for women empowerment shows.
They didn't exist.
They didn't exist. This
Is that
was just
amazing?
5
That
years
was just
ago.
5 years ago. Not even such a thing.
And we tried to find women that would do this. We didn't know you, and there was none to be had. So they were following us and saying, can you? Now I understand it's a little bit different. Women are coming to the forefront. We will have a woman president. I know that's coming. We are going to be, we're going to be more, but you got to look at it because our society is woman-based, heavier than man-based.
Yeah.
And the object of the game here is not to fear change, it's to accept delivery. And that's the difference. Somebody like her that runs for politics, are you going to listen?
She's not even running for politics yet.
I'm saying, but she can.
Yes.
She can. My Latino brothers and sisters, I think it was Pitbull in Miami says, I want to live to see the first Hispanic president of the United States. I reached out and sent him a message, why don't you run?
Yeah.
Why does he run?
But what I like, the delivery and the message today, it's not vote for this person. It's not bad-mouthing this person or that person. It's not saying they're doing it wrong.
Not.
Everyone has
No.
their beliefs, and everyone's entitled
Yeah.
to your belief system. But go out and support your belief system. And as a woman in a woman-owned business and a Hispanic woman, from what I've been told, it's a little more quiet than American women, right?
What do you mean quiet?
The Hispanic women aren't as verbal as Cloudy is as a whole. From what you tell me, I don't know this, which is why we have Fuego.
But you've seen what's going on with Fuego.
And it's growing and it's growing.
And they have grown among themselves. Even they look now And they said, man, is this the same woman I was 3 months ago? They've told me this.
Yes.
And they've changed. And they've developed. And your delivery, your style, the way you captivate a room is all part of growing the message.
And right now we're in a spot, women entrepreneurs. We all want to support local. We want to support government. We want to support the United States, just like the lady in Orlando.
Another woman.
Women in business. It's so important to support each other and to support women in business.
Yes, and I think that this message needs to be, as we talk by the phone, this time is the empowerment, empower women, but it's not about only the business. It's about yourself. You need to become your own person with your own decisions in everything, business, house, politics, what I'm wearing, not following anybody, because you can be yourself. And as far as you are yourself, you are teaching the rest how you do it. And we need that. We need more people. We need more women running. We need more Hispanic, colored people running, because we must be very proud about that, about the color, about the accent, about our origins. We must be, and we must support each woman. Of course, women who has a message. Now, you're not supporting women just because we are women. It's because we want to support more women, and we support things that is on the wellness of the community. It's not because of women. No, that is another message. But yes, it is important. This year is 100 years that women got the right to vote in the United States. Incredible. And we're not voting enough. We still, and in the Hispanic community, we are the people who less vote. This year, 30 million Hispanic people are eligible to vote. 30 million.
And
we can make a big change.
And how many do you think are going to actually vote?
Well, last election, 2016, only 13 million voted. 13 million. We expect more, and
13 out of 30.
13 million. 13. And this year we are 30 million eligible. Wow. That means we have the last 2 years, more states are coming, Arizona, Texas, and I think it's going to be very important for this election in November. We have elections this August here in Florida. I think but we need to work, because government is not helping with education. As far as we as individuals, we need to support this and tell our friends, our kids, our neighbors, our people that we know. And then we will become that. Unfortunately, government is not interested in the people to get out to vote, because that's part of the government, but we need to do our job. We cannot complain. We just need to keep working, because, look, for Hispanic community, we are today because 50 years ago, many people made a lot of sacrifices for us to be here. Now we have to think in our kids, our future. We need to make the path for them, our girls, our kids. They need a better country. They need a better future. We have the responsibility. And that change when you vote, when you know what you're doing, when you know your government, when you are very conscious about that. That is a future.
Here's the amazing thing, is we bring people on, they talk about their businesses, and they talk about growing their business and getting new clients. You go, yeah, I own a construction company, and you spend 30 minutes talking about voting. But this goes to the passion of who you are and your message, right? This goes beyond business and making money. This is your passion, and that is what shines through. She spent 30 minutes on not even telling you who to vote for, just to vote and how to do it. But think about that. I mean, Joy's right, is what we're talking about.
You're very strong in your beliefs, and it comes through. And that power reaches out to others in your community, the Latin group. You're right. Women hardly voted in the last presidential election. What was that about? Why? I don't know why. And we are the ones who are suffering so much under this administration. I don't know if you realize that he rolled back the salary increase for women that Obama put through.
Well, Obama didn't put it through. He asked for the 15-15, but certain companies did it. but it's even. I don't want to get off on a political tangent here. I'm not saying that he did this, he did that. The bottom line is this: every individual has the right to vote. You got to register to vote. You got to vote.
Yep.
You got to actually put it in the mail, or you got to go to the booth to do it. The actuality here is I don't want to hear people complain, because I bet you that's only 32% of the 30 million that voted. I'm going to ask the other 68% why you didn't vote. I don't want to hear the story about the 32 that did. I want to hear the story about the 68 that didn't. And the bottom line here is that the majority of us do not vote. And that's the bottom line. It's not women, it's not men, Latinos are not voting. We're not voting as a country. But we are screaming as a country.
True that.
So how can
But let me tell
world-
you, let me give you this. In the last election, the candidate for the Democratic Party was 65 millions. The candidate for the Republican Party was 62 millions. And 105, almost 106 millions stayed home and didn't vote. What?
Yes,
What
now
is
they-
this?
They changed it now. Now that you have to have the popular and the district voting,
Yeah.
they changed that deal.
But still, it's
but
more
the-
people
But why
staying
didn't
home.
people vote? Correct.
Because they don't see it as their duty to make the change.
But they don't think their one vote is going to make the change. And that's the mentality I would love to change. And it goes back to what we say all the time. Love starts with you, you're one. And that spreads. It's that pebble. And that one pebble, your one voice here, Claudia, makes a difference, but you're one. And as my other grandfather, 1 and 1 is 11, right? That's all it takes is that. And it's that pebble.
Exactly.
But it starts with one. But I think people don't think their vote is going to make a difference.
Well, we have to stop. Claudia, there's something called the no vote. And the no vote is bigger than the yes vote. And we got to stop the no vote. The no vote means you don't vote. You don't vote. I think that we have to do a giant banner. Stop the no vote. Because when you don't vote, you're voting no. And if you don't vote, you're not going to change nothing.
And you guys, Slick and Vinny, and your generation, and this vote is so important. And the Hispanic women, the young Val, Hispanic woman.
Biggest
important.
election in 100 years is about to come upon us. And if we don't vote, if your voice is not heard, I don't want to hear you complain. Again, I'm not interested in the 32% that voted. Congratulations, you're doing a great job. I'm more interested in the no vote. I want to know what the hell is it going to take for you to get up off your tail and go vote.
You don't have to. Now
Or
it
you
comes
can do
to
it
your
at
mailbox.
home. There's absolutely no excuse
You can say
anymore.
this. Look
Now,
at this.
I remember,
you have no excuses.
I remember
Is that?
growing up, my father used to say, I don't want to vote because I don't want to go to jury duty. Because apparently there's a whole tangent of this
It's
jury
true.
duty. I gotta tell you
Yes, it
something.
is.
Forget about that. You go to jury duty, you go to jury duty. You don't. Forget about it. This is just excuses. My father ended up voting every year until he died. He went.
Now, are ballots done? I'm sure they are. Multiple languages.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you another thing. We're living in the last 2-3 months certain circumstances like COVID-19, social injustice, the police thing. But if this is not opening our eyes in terms of, wow, it depends on us, what will be that change? But and we see the people protesting, march, protesting in the way, violent protests, peaceful protests. But those things don't matter if you don't vote. You can fight every single day. You can go and insult people. You can go and march and request. It will be for nothing, because if you don't vote, you don't make decisions. Just another thing, the police, the budget for the police, I'm not asking to defund the police. No, it's just to regulate. Depend of us, our local government. It's not about the Washington, D.C. If we know who is the mayor of our city, first of all, pay attention. What is your city? Sometimes you said, oh, I live in Boca. No, you live in Deerfield Beach. If you know where do you live, you know who is your mayor, you know who is your commissioner, you are participate, and you know what they voting with your taxes to put the money. in the firefighters, in the police, in the schools. Pay attention. It's a lot of things happening outside that you can change.
If people have questions on how to reach you, how do they do that?
Okay. I told you when I'm in my radio show, I give my phone number, my own number, and the people call me to ask. My phone number is there. Look at this, 561-847-0694. I'm in the Facebook and Instagram, and I'm happy to help people. I spent all the weekend asking people, answering the phone. Claudia, how do I put the envelope? How I do this? Where do I have to sign? And I'm happy to help as much people I can make people to vote. I'm be very happy, very, very happy.
Thank you so much. We're going to touch base with her. I'd love to work a show around her. We don't have a lot of time right now. It's a small window. But your message is powerful, and you know what? A little bit of time.
Thank you.
It's like I always say, the best part of a football game is the last 2 minutes. So I think right now we're in that last 2 minutes of whatever this election's going to be, and this is the time going through the last half of this year to blow this out. The best part of the football game is the last 2 minutes, because that's when it really counts.
I got nothing to say.
That is when it
I am
really
totally speechless.
counts.
I got nothing to say.
Women in Football 101. All right, let's take a commercial break. Claudia Mendoza, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
joining us.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Stay
afternoon.
tuned.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Pizza District is the official pizzeria of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. They have amazing deals, great food, and an even better customer connection. Their owner, Nico, runs the friendliest and cleanest pizzeria for miles around. With their pizza made with whole wheat, gluten-free, cauliflower crust, and traditional New York style, you can't go wrong. Plus all the extras like salad and chicken wings. They are a family-run business with a great atmosphere. Call today to order your pizza and tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you at 561-961-4163. That's 561-961-4163 for Pizza District, the official pizzeria of the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of Scotch whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
Amy Minty combines the hilarity of For Better or Money, the eroticism of For Love or Sanity, the mystique of For Sink or Swim, and the suspense of For Sex or Revenge, making her fifth novel, For Strip or Gamble, her best to date. Get your copy at amyminty.com or amazon.com. Get yours now.
If you have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Interesting.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Everything's got a little innuendo. Want
That's
an
the way.
apple?
That's the way I do. That's the way life is. That's the way business is, and it's a little tricky. politically. It's I know you're the only person I know makes football sound sexy with the last 2 minutes.
That's it.
Never
Last
heard of
2
that
minutes.
before.
First
no, it's
two
not.
and the last two.
You got to look at the whole game, the mentality behind it, how it plays, the play calling, the whole nine.
I don't understand the whole nine, but always the last two. But that's how I feel about this election, because primaries are next month. What are we, just a little bit less than a month away? I think it's August 18th are primaries. And then we've got the election in November. I mean, here we are, 4 months away. You're in this last quarter to do this. You know, at the U, Slick, it's always, you know, the fourth quarter. We are now in our fourth quarter, and this is the quarter to bring it home. I'm going to make it relatable for everybody. This is the quarter to bring it all home, to fix what you didn't like, to heal, to do what we have to do, make change.
And the change is upon you now. If you know anything about the Constitution of the United States, the president is only 1/3 of a branch. There's some guys in the House and the Senate, you know, those bad boys, they got to get their act together. Without having a House and Senate that makes sense, I don't care who's president. The president is the one out in front because there's one. But the House and the Senate, there you have it. Then you have the Supreme Court. I hear what's-her-face is not doing very well.
Ruth
Ginsburg.
Yeah.
So
She's
you're
got
looking at
cancer,
her-
I believe.
She said she's going to keep doing it if she can't no more. So you're going to have another political change. Now, how did you like Donald's handpicked men go against his wishes? And they voted the other way on some material that about his taxes that he's going to have to come up with showing them. It just goes to show you, just when you lose hope and think that things won't change, learn. Look what happened when the Supreme Court did their job, and they said, yes, you do, and this is the way it's going to go. And now he can appeal all he wants. I mean, there's no more appeal because
But you
that's
know what I
Supreme
think?
Court.
I think hope is exactly what you say it is. And I think that is why what Joyce does is so important, because people need hope. And if you don't love yourself, or you don't feel strong, I know, don't even look at me right now. If you don't feel strongly enough about yourself as who you are, you need a little bit, a nudge to say, what do you think? And most times you're going to validate what everybody knows, right? If you know your business is successful, you believe. If you know in your heart of hearts, maybe this isn't the right business for me, and Joyce says, you know what, maybe this isn't the right business for you, you may validate it, but it gives that third-party validation of, you know what, it makes a whole lot of
Would
sense.
you do that? Would you tell someone
do.
this is not the business for you?
I do. I
So
have.
you can shatter a whole dream? Now, isn't
The
it
way-
interesting
okay, the
when
way
I
you put
change
it-
the words?
the way you
yes.
put it is
Yes.
interesting.
But isn't
However-
that what happens, Joyce? Isn't that the way life works sometimes? They'll say, "You're
However,
gonna
it's
shatter
not me
their
that's
dream."
giving the message, which I have to tell people all the time. Like when my friend called in about her cat licking, I heard the word salt. I didn't make it up in my head. It came from whomever.
Right.
And when I do readings, it's not from. That's the first thing I tell people when we sit down. Whatever comes out of my mouth is not from me. I've been nicknamed by friends of mine the pipe, or the microphone. I just talk.
There you go.
But what I'm doing is sharing the messages that I'm hearing. Whether I believe in it or not, I only believe in it because I know that they've never steered me wrong about a message for anybody.
You are the messenger.
Yeah, and you know, when people like us do work with people, whatever comes out of my mouth, you'll feel it. You'll feel something in you. It resonates, and you'll know it's real. There are plenty of people out here who say they're psychics or readers or whatever, and they're not. Like with any business, anybody, people make up stories about who they are. But I know, I've been doing this since I was a kid, and I know that who I hear from, and the list keeps growing. I have angels, I have ascended angels, I have spirit animals, I work with, my God, Jesus, Mary, doesn't matter, Moses, they all
You
come.
told me the other day, it's interesting. She said, you wouldn't believe, she said, a nice Jewish girl from New York, her spirit guide is Mary, one of your guides.
Mary.
You know, it's funny because when we were telling the kids in here to do their shows, a lot of them were like scratching their heads and they sit back because nobody wants to shatter their own dreams or hopes or things that they want to do. and they don't want to be criticized. So they play not to make a mistake. The funny thing is that before you walked into this building, nobody knew whether or not you were doing a mistake. What difference does it make? So if you have a mistake, you wipe it off and you keep going. You can always change what we do in this business. If you're the president of the United States, now he's talking about wearing masks. It only took him 8 months and 350,000 deaths later to realize that you made a mistake. Man up. You know, part of being an adult, not a child, not a 6-year-old, is manning up.
Do you think saying I'm sorry, I don't mean for the president, I mean in general, makes a difference in your delivery?
Of course it does. It means that you're sincere, in touch with your feelings. If you can't say I'm sorry because you believe you're really not, then maybe you need another course on feeling it. Maybe you need a course on losing something that's valuable to you. Maybe you learn the words, God don't like ugly, and he catches up real quick, because in our life, things on this planet are going to give you back what you put into it. And that's what's happening right now.
And let me ask you another question. I tell people all the time, you can talk to your angels and your guides. And they say, what does that mean? So what does that mean?
It's like you and me talking right now. This gal who is here,
Esperanza?
So she asked me a question, and I looked at her and I said, Archangel Michael. And she went, I talk to him all the time. I said, because he's your guide. He's your number one go-to guy. I said, just talk to him. If you need something, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They wait here they cannot do anything for us unless we ask. That's the rule. They need to be...
you need to have permission.
They need to be given permission to get involved with us.
You know, the funny thing, Joyce, is that my mother once said to me, or maybe it was my grandmother once said to me, in New York City, we used to take the subway. It must have been my mother. And on the subway, if you listen, you will hear a lot of things that go on. There's a lot of fear in the day when you took the subway, right? I was in auxiliary. I had my badge out. I was sitting on a bench, and there was this young girl, blonde, and she was standing there. And you could see the fear and the tension in her face about being on the A train. So I said to her, come here, sit. And she sat next to me. Do you know that girl fell asleep on my shoulder until we got to 167th Street? This is a true story. And I woke her up and I said, do you want me to walk you to the outside of your building? She said, will you do that? Do you know that me and this girl became friends for the next 10 years? Because she said nobody ever listened. She didn't say a word. But yes, you can hear it if you pay attention.
Yeah, that's
it's all in front of you. All you got to do is use this more, this less, and this all the time, right? That's what it
You're
comes
right.
down
You
to.
just have to. You will hear it. It's like people ask me. I think you said, "Oh, I'll never be able to talk to." You talk to animals all the time. I know you do.
I talk to my birds, I do.
Well, I know you do. And people say, "Well, how do you do it?" The first thing I do is shut your mouth. Stop hearing yourself in your head. Be quiet. Allow the animal to come to you spiritually or physically and send you those messages. Like, you know, I have a horse, a mini horse, who I adore. And I've been helping out at the barn where he is because the people went away for a few days. And now those horses that are not mine depend on me for food and turnout and whatever. And each and every one of them, like last night I went there, each and every one of them turned their head when I walked into the barn and spoke to me. Whether I could hear them out loud whinnying or just silently. And I'd walk up to each one of their stalls and they would like bop me in the shoulder. A greeting. Because I was quiet. I walked in, that's their space. They live there. I don't. I come there to take care of them, yeah, but it's their space. That's the second thing. Respect their space. Just like you would a person. Just like we're talking about now. Respecting other people, whether we're all different. I don't care if you're born into the same family, the same race, creed. We're all different. We're all unique and individual. And once we get that and accept that, we can move forward in a whole different energy level. Will
you
it
have a
get
question?
Hi, Slick.
I hear something.
Do you hear something?
Either I hear something or I see something pass by, and it happens at work, and when I get back home, it's like, I can't say it's an odd shadow, but it's like I do sense something that's not me, and it's real quiet still.
So I'm going to tell you to ask, who are you? Just say, who are you?
Okay.
And are you here for me to help guide me? Or are you here to get me off track?
Okay.
Because there are those that are on the other side too that come in.
True.
Want to stir up trouble. Okay.
But yeah, it's just like that's the only thing, because like
I think people don't realize that just because someone or something is in spirit, they're unattainable. There's so many dimensions, multi-dimensions going on simultaneously. While we are here, there's another form of us somewhere else. If you take a piece of paper, just like a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and you start to try and peel it, the layers, and it's a very thin piece of paper. That's how I see, how I've been shown the dimensions of other worlds living side by side right here. There are multiples of us. I know that sounds makes me sound really crazy, but I've seen this.
Interesting.
I don't think you're crazy at all. I think you take Slick, you take some of the kids in here, as they are learning more about who they are, they're beginning to see things around them ain't what it used to be.
No.
Things
Yeah.
begin to change.
No.
And the people around you begin to change. And everything
Thanks.
begins to change because you're growing up into yourself. You're seeing a little bit more of who you are, what you're capable of. And just when you think you figured it out, here comes another layer.
Another
Things
speed
that you
bump,
never.
yeah.
Hey, I mean, he'll tell you. He's going through the change. I see a change in Vinny. Even on NBA, I see a change since they first got here. And they've developed and grown. And then the girls are a whole different breed of
Energy.
whatever. It's just a whole different.
Huh?
A
Are
whole
you
different.
saying you're having trouble understanding the girls more than you're understanding
You know
the
what I'm
boys?
saying? It's not, it's not,
that's what he's saying.
It's not understanding them, because I'm not here to understand. I'm just here to learn. The funny thing is, they go about it differently. Everybody in this place does their business differently. I've never met a spirit like Vinny. Totally, 1 second and left, 1 second and right. I know he moves around like that. But that's how he is.
He's a busybody.
He's like the invisible man, and then here he is, all rolled in one. But when you begin to develop who you are and what you do, and your senses become more keen, and it's great to have somebody who can see it and hear it, because all of a sudden you look like I can see, and all of a sudden it makes it so now other people around you can see. We call it vision. And when you have vision, man, watch out. Things will change.
Yeah.
You will change.
He's different today with me than he was last week.
Oh, because like I think I was fighting myself on, like, you know, should I go back and forth, but you kind of reassured me when I was talking to you, and you just said just follow your intuition, because I feel like sometimes I do go back and forth on decisions I have to make, because like I always like think my family should be in my decisions, but I'm like, there's no need for them to be in my
And
decisions.
it's normal for you to doubt yourself
Yeah.
here and there. That's how you grow and learn. And if I can help you in any way, if I've helped you, I love it. Thank you. I'm grateful to you
Yeah.
for allowing me to do that.
No problem. I still have
You
your
know.
card. It's just like I just forgot to contact her, but you know, I've been busy with
What are you
Fuego
gonna do to me
myself.
like that?
What's your number, Joyce, for people to contact you?
Oh, 561-480-4892. I do have a web page that just went up recently, and it's Joyce with 2 C's, healer.com. Please go look and check it out and let me know if you want me to make
So let
any
me
changes.
ask, why Joyce with 2 C's? Was that really your birth name?
No, I was born with 1 C, but about 10 years ago,
Take care of it, Vinny. Take care of it.
thank you. About 10 years ago, I had a numerologist do my chart.
What was his name?
It was a woman, and she was California, and she was a friend, and she just said, you need to change the numbers in your name add one more because that, numbers are so important
Yes.
in our whole life. And she said, change it, add a number. And I did, and there was a shift. I felt it.
And it works. It's amazing what you can believe in when they sort of show you the path. It's funny because I don't know if Slick was part of the conversation, but we had a program in here where we used to ask people, are you the best at what you do? Are you the best at what you do?
I am.
And that's the correct answer.
I am.
And in here, everybody knew. You better answer it, otherwise you're going to get a sermon for the next hour and 20 minutes. Because you got to always feel that you are the best at what you do. Then you got to really, really know it. Because if you don't know that, then you're going to have other problems. Different problems. Not understanding yourself and everything else. You want to put it's like a drop of doubt in the soup. Clean it up. Get out of your head and clean it up. But you are the best at what you do. Take that with you, and you're going to be okay.
Ready for president? Ready to take us out, Joyce? Thank you so much for joining us. For any questions, you can always contact us at 888-994-4995. Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time. It is Christmas in July tomorrow at the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna say and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing